Guys, welcome to this new video on Spark programming. In this video we are going to see about transformations and action, but in this video we will be using the Spark shell, that is we will be writing everything in Scala. So let's get started. So let's open the command prompt, right click, run as administrator. If you haven't installed Spark yet, I will leave the link to how to install it in the other video. I have shown already this thing as a card here. So check it out. Write Spark shell in the command prompt to open your Scala shell. So it will take some time, don't worry. So your Spark session is now initialized. So / stands for comments here. So let's see important transformation and action in Scala API for Spark RDDs, resilient distributed datasets. So first one is the map transformation. So let's create a variable X. And we write RDD inside it, that is of an array that contains an array of letters, that is string type array BAC. Then let's create the output variable Y. On the original RDD X we have the map function here, and for every argument that the map function will take, it will pass the argument along with 1. So let's print the x.collect, which will convert it to a list first of all, and this make string will put a comma between our RDD output. So we get B comma A comma C in the original one, and in the output part we get pairs of tuple, that is B comma 1, A comma 1 and C comma 1 using the map function. So let's see the next transformation in action. The next transformation is the filter transformation, very important one. So let's create an RDD using sc.parallelize. This time we are creating it in the form of integer RDD. Then we apply the filter function on the original RDD. And what we do is that we pass the modulo operator of 2, and if it is equal to 1, that means we want only the odd outputs. So let's print the original one first of all, and in the output you will see, which is stored in Y, using y.collect, we get only the odd ones. Next is the flat map. So let's create an RDD, integer 1 2 3. Then we apply the flat map function on that RDD. For every element in the original RDD, we will print the original RDD's first element, then the element multiplied by 100 and one constant, for example 21. So flat map will do it for every element in the original RDD. So let's print the original RDD first of all, 1 2 3, and the output here, in the output you can see we get the output as 1, then 1 multiplied by 100, that is 100, then the 21, that is the constant, then we have the second one 2 multiplied by 100, 200, then 21, 3 multiplied by 100, that is 300, and then 21. Next is the group by transformation. So let's create an RDD of names of array. So let's take general names just like we took in PySpark. So we take names of Adam, James, then Ban and Bablu and Joker, for instance. Then in the output we apply the group by function on it, and we group. So we pass in the first element as an argument, and for here we have the function at char at 0, which will check and group by everything at the first element. Like here for it will group by for James and Joker will be grouped by together. So in the output you can see the first group by result for A is for Adam. For B we have two names here, that is Ban and Bablu, and for J we have two names again, that is James and Joker. So that is the same thing that we have written in the group by condition. For every argument that is passed in group by is actually getting group by on based of all the elements of the RDD that are located at character position 0, that is the first character. Hope this is clear to you. Next transformation is the group by key transformation. So let's again create an RDD of tuples, pair of tuples actually, which has one letter and one integer. So for B we have 3 and 4, and for A we have 1, 3 and 6. In the output RDD we pass the group by transformation. So here you can see that it is an iterable RDD. So if you want to print it, now what we'll do is that we'll print the original RDD X and then we check out for the output. So you see here that we get everything by key. For A we get 1, 2, 1, 3 and 6, and for B we get 3 and 4. This is because in the original RDD for B we had 3 and 4, and for A we had 1, 2, 1, 3 and 6. So this is how the group by key actually works. So let's move to the next transformation. Next is the sample transformation. So as the name suggests, we are going to take sample from the original RDD. So let's create an RDD of integers, and then let's take the sample from this RDD using the sample transformation. First argument we pass as false, then we pass the ratio of the sample that you want to take. So here I pass 0.4 for example, and then let's print the output. So we get the sample from the original RDD. Next is the union. So for union we will be taking two RDDs. First is the integer RDD of 2 parts, and second integer RDD we'll keep it as of 1 part, and then we try to apply union on both this and save it into a separate variable z. So in the output you can actually see when you write z.glom.collect, you will find the array of union between both the RDDs X and Y, which is itself an array of 1. Then we have array of 2, 3, and then we have array of 3, 4. So let's see the next transformation in action. So let's create an RDD, and on this RDD we again, after this RDD we again create an RDD of tuples with letter comma integer pair. And what transformation we are going to see in this case is we will be applying join. So let's create an output variable. We apply join on both the RDDs, and if you want to check out what is inside this join, so let's print z, print ln z. So you can see it is a map partition RDD, and now let's print out the elements inside it using z.collect.makestring. So you can see everything in the join format between both these RDDs. For A we have 1, 3 in the join, again for A we have 1, 4, and again for B we have 2, 5. Next is the distinct. So as the name suggests, we are going to eliminate duplicates from the array of RDDs. So let's have some duplicates in our original RDD. Then let's have the Y element, that is our output. On that we apply distinct function. Let's try to print Y. So you get all the RDDs in original form. Next is the coalesce. So let's create an RDD of integer of 3 parts. Then let's try to apply the coalesce transformation on it so that the RDD of 3 parts is converted to 2 parts. Then let's print out the original RDD first of all. Using the glom function we flatten it. So what we do is that we write a separate variable x out, and on that variable we apply the x.glom function to see the output. So we can see here that we get an array which was originally of 3 parts, that after applying coalesce function on the RDD gets converted to an array of 2 parts. Next is the action we will be seeing. First action we will be seeing the get number partitions of the RDD. So let's create an RDD using sc.parallelize of 2 parts. On that we will be using the partition size, and we get that this RDD is of 2 parts. Whenever actions are performed, actually computation is taking place in our memory, but for transformation no computation is actually taking place. The collect will actually convert an RDD to a list or tuple. Next action we will be seeing is the reduce action. So let's create an RDD of integers. On that we apply the reduce action. For every element it will add all the things from the previous element. Here in this case we get it as 15 because in our RDD of integer we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we add all of them, so we get the output as 15. Next is the min, max, sum and standard deviation action on the RDD. So we have again an integer RDD. On that the max function we apply first of all, then we apply the sum function, we get the sum, we apply the mean function, we get the mean, and we apply the standard deviation function, we get the standard deviation. Pretty simple, right? So now lastly let's save the RDD to a text file, and then let's try to read the same RDD back into the Scala shell and let's print it. So let's create an RDD first of all in x variable, st.parallelize integer RDD, very simple. This integer RDD, what we'll do is that we'll save as text file. Type the path here. If you don't want to type the path, just type the name of the file that you want to save. Go to your folders, C drive, Windows, then go to the system32. This is my command prompts default location. You can give any path, you will find the RDD saved as text file here. Now if you want to read it back, so you can read it back in any variable using sc.text file, that is spark context.text file. Give the name of the file that I have given here, and then we try to print it back, so you will get the original RDD printed out using y.collect.makestring. So you get 2, 3, 4. So I hope that all the things that I have shown in this video are clear to you, all the transformations, actions that you can perform on RDDs and different cool stuff that you can do with all of them. This video doesn't actually cover all the functions and transformation. You can check it out and practice all of them. From the Spark website, all the transformations and actions are covered here, so you can practice it out. Besides that, if you have any doubts regarding any of this part, feel free to write in the comment section. If you like my work, please do hit the like, share and subscribe button.